Hey, thanks for coming back to part 2 of our Crater Lake National Park diorama thing that we're making. Okay, so all around this project we have a white background. And we don't want a white background. We want a transparent background, so we can go to Elevation Surface Layer Properties here and turn it off and say no color. And now we are lost in space. Not really. It's kind of spacey, but we can turn that spaciness off by going into our properties for our 3D map and going to illumination and turning off the stars and halo. Okay, now we have a clear background, and that's what we're looking for. So now we need to add a layout. So let's add a new layout, and about a 17 by 22 is probably good. And we have to go now and of course add our map frame back into this layout. And there we go. Now we have to make some decisions. We have to place this project exactly where we want it for the rest of the build here. So we activate that and we can move it around, scoot it around a little bit. That looks pretty good. Not big enough to see, but have some more room to work around. So that looks like it's pretty good. Okay, that's where it's going to be for the rest of this project. So now we want to put some earthy edges around this. So let's add polygons right in the layout part. So you want to start up here in the corner and follow the contours of our map, just staying inside the map. If you go a little too far inside, that's okay, no big deal. But you want to try to catch the high points and the low points of the topography along the way. And I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me put in 200 vertices. But you can see, just following the hills and the valleys. We'll put that there, and back here, just cover up that gray area. Cool, we have one there. Excellent. And always name these things, because if you get a bunch of them, it's very confusing later on. So let's do another one on the other side. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, we have a gap there. We can fix that pretty easily. There we go. We just right click and we treat it like any other polygon. That's pretty good. And we'll name this right cutout poly. And now let's have some fun with it. Let's do some fills here. So we can treat these just like any other polygon. So let's do a picture fill. I went and downloaded some rock strata from the interwebs. And so let's add that and change it to a decent looking, nope, that's not right. Let's put it back to 30. And that looks, yeah, looks pretty good. We'll take that. Okay, do the same thing over here on the other side. And we can use the same picture fill of a rock layer. And we set that size. And the angle is going to be different on this side because it goes a different direction. Of minus 50. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll take it for now. Alright. Now that we know that Crater Lake is a dormant volcano, so let's treat it as such, huh? So let's add another polygon. And I'll speed this up as well. And let's go do another picture fill. And I went out and I downloaded a royalty-free picture of lava flow. And let's do the same thing. We set the size, set the angle. I think it was 30 on that side, wasn't it? Yes. Let's say apply. And oh, lava. But the areas, the transition between the rock and the lava is a little bit harsh. So let's tone that down just a little bit and see what happens. Give it a transparency of about 50%. All right, that's a little better. Do the same thing on the other side here, huh? Shall we? Rename this one Right Lava. Put another one in here. Match it up. There's a random pattern here because it's lava, right? It does whatever it wants. And we'll do the same fill symbol of lava flow. And that one was 50, if I remember correctly. It's like, yeah, okay. And let's make that a 50% transparent. All right, now we're getting somewhere. The transition between lava and rock is still a little harsh. So let's put yet another polygon on top of that to ease that transition a little bit. All right, and we'll go the same. Picture fill, lava flow. And let's make that a little more transparent even. Last one was 50, so let's make this a 70% transparent. There we go. That eases that up a little bit, I guess. At least to my eye it does, right? Right lava overlap. Okay. And yeah, we forgot to label that. So let's make yet another polygon on this other side for transition. All right. Just follow that original lava geometry. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll rename it. We'll rename it in a minute. And do the same picture fill. There we go. So now let's make a background, shall we? So let's make another rectangle. And let's make it a nice kind of soft gray. That looks pretty good. So now if we drag this down underneath our map frame, then it gives it a nice background. Pretty cool, huh? Let's call that background rectangle. All right. That one was left. The spelling count? Not to me. Okay. And that's great, but it's pretty flat. So let's maybe try to put a little life behind it, shall we? Let's do an ellipse. So let's draw ellipse in here. Yes. Oops, let's drag this up kind of close to the edge there. So once we draw our ellipse, then we can put a yet another gradient fill. I just love gradient fills. Can do so much with them. So we just want very subtle. So let's go, about 40% gray to 40% gray and 100% transparent. Since this is buffered, let's go like 1,000 intervals. See what that looks like. Yeah, it looks great, but it's backwards, so let's flip that. That's a little better. Better. Let's take this ellipse and put it underneath our map frame, and when it redraws, you will see, a little bit of halo behind there. A little spotlight. A little rear spotlight behind our project. Alright. So now, this is actually looking like substance, so let's put in another polygon, and let's make this a stroke line, really fat, 100. Okay. Let's make it a gradient stroke though. And we'll go from 100% black to black. And okay, looks weird, but if we drag it down underneath, we can scoot it around. Look at that. Cool shadow, fake shadow. That's a great thing about this stuff. You can fake a lot of things that look really great. So stick around for the exciting conclusion of Crater Lake diorama thing. See you in a while.